Illustrator uses a panel system to organize the workspace. It's important to become familiar with panels and learn how to manage them. When you create a new document, I'm going to do that. A number of panels are already open. If you look at the top right of the screen, you'll see that the Essentials workspace is selected by default. If you open the Workspace drop-down menu, you'll see a custom workspace at the top for icon design, followed by a number of default options adapted to the type of work you do. Every time you switch the workspace, you're presented with a different selection of panels in the dock. Let's go back to the Essentials workspace, and we're going to add a new panel. To do this, you go into the Window menu, and you select the panel you want. I'm going to go to the Type submenu, and I'm going to select the Character panel. This panel comes with two other panels, so the Paragraph panel and the Open Type panel. You can access each simply by clicking on their tab. Every time you open a panel, it will appear as a floating element. You can keep it like this, or you can add it to your dock. To do this, click in the bar at the top of the panel grouping, and drag it over to the dock until you see a blue line appear. Then release. You can also move panels in your dock. As you can see, the panels are divided into sections. To move a panel, click the hash line at the top of the section and drag the panel where you want it until you see a blue line, and then you release it. There are several ways to display the panel dock. Before I show you, I'm going to take this panel, the Libraries panel, and I'm going to move it down at the bottom of the dock, just so it uses less space. Currently, all you see are icons that represent each panel. This means the dock is fully collapsed. If you hover over each icon, you get a description to indicate what they are. If you would rather see that description, you hover over the left edge of the dock and you click and drag to expand it until you can see the labels. You can expand the dock even more by clicking the double arrow at the top. As you click on the tabs in the different sections, the dock automatically readjusts to so that you can see the panels you're interested in. But you can also make further adjustments manually. For example, if you click on the Swatches panel, you can see that there's more information below because there's a scroll bar. And you can see if you do use the scroll bar, there's a lot more information. Now, if you wanted to see more of that information, you can expand the panel by going to the bottom of it until there's a double-headed arrow, and you could drag it down. If you wanted to see even more information, then you sort of have to decide how to use the dock, basically the real estate that is taken by the dock, because there's only so much space, so you have to sort of play with the different panels and reduce and play with each one. So it's a choice that you have to make because there's only so much space to house the panels. Let's have a closer look at one of the panels. So let's look at the Swatches panel. In each panel, you'll find a number of options to choose from when you click on the panel menu in the top right-hand corner. Close the menu by clicking anywhere in the document window. At the bottom of the panel, you'll find shortcuts to some of the most used actions relevant to the panel, such as, in this case, delete swatch, new swatch, swatch options, etc. In the main part of the panel, you'll find several columns or options to manipulate the objects on your artwork. For example, if you draw a shape, I'm just going to draw a shape, and you want to change its color, you could use the colors available in the swatches panel to do this. So you could decide that the fill color is going to be red and the stroke color is going to be green, for example. To close a docked panel, you can double click on it if it's expanded, or you can click the arrow to close it completely. If the panel is floating, so for example, let me grab the swatches panel and make it a floating panel, you can open it by clicking on its name, and you can close it by clicking on the double arrow. I'm going to put it back right there. Now, many designers use the preset panel groupings, but I like to create workspaces that are perfectly adapted to the work that I have to do. I'll now show you how you can do this as well.